Researchers have found that liver cells, along with cells in several other organs, contain receptors similar to the ones that detect bitter taste on your tongue. And bitter taste is one of the strongest natural triggers for bile production. It sounds strange, but this may explain why belly fat won't budge even when you're doing everything right with your diet. The problem might not be about food at all. It might be about how your liver is working. Your liver processes every bit of fat you eat, and when it's working slowly, fat starts backing up. Some of it right into the liver itself, some of it settling around your belly. Today, I'll walk you through several practical solutions, foods, pairings, and swaps that help your liver work better. And all of them are built around this same bitter principle. Your liver has two major jobs when it comes to fat. First, it produces bile, which breaks down the fat in your food so your body can actually use it instead of storing it away. Second, it filters your blood, clearing out the byproducts of digestion. After 50, bile production often slows down and fat stops breaking down as efficiently as it used to, which is part of why belly fat lingers even when you're eating well. Your liver rarely sends an obvious warning sign. Most people just notice their clothes fitting tighter around the middle with no clear explanation why. That's exactly why bitterness isn't just a flavor quirk. It's a signal that tells your liver to get moving. Many traditional food cultures ate this way. A glass of bitters before a meal, bitter greens on the table, a splash of vinegar with herbs. They didn't know the biology, but they noticed the effect and passed the habit down. The good news is, your liver can be supported with simple, accessible actions, and you can start today. Let's begin with 5 foods that especially support liver function through this bitter mechanism. And for each one, I'll cover why it works, how to use it, and who it's best suited for. Food number 1, arugula. Arugula is one of the easiest bitter leafy greens to find in any regular grocery store, and its bitterness directly triggers bile production from the very first bite. The easiest place to start is small. Toss a handful of arugula into a salad you're already making instead of overhauling your whole diet at once. This one is especially good for anyone who doesn't love cooking elaborate meals, since arugula needs no preparation at all. It's ready straight from the bag. Food number 2, beets. Beets contain compounds that, according to researchers, support your liver's ability to filter the blood and function more steadily throughout the day. Try adding half a cup of cooked beets to a salad or side dish 2 to 3 times a week. The flavor is mild, and beets pair well with almost anything. Beets are especially good for anyone who wants a mild-tasting option without strong bitterness, but with a similar supportive effect on the liver. By the way, we're trying to reach 200,000 subscribers this month. If you find these videos helpful, subscribe. It only takes a second. Thank you. Let's continue. Food number 3, mustard greens. Mustard greens belong to the cruciferous vegetable family and contain plant compounds and fiber that support normal liver and digestive function. This week, try lightly steaming them. Light cooking softens the flavor and makes them much easier to work into your everyday meals. This one is great for anyone who wants both bitterness and a familiar cabbage-like flavor without having to hunt down anything exotic at the store. Food number 4, chicory. Chicory is one of the most recognizable bitter leafy greens, and its root has traditionally been used as a coffee substitute precisely because of this natural bitterness, which research links to supporting healthy liver function. If the bitterness feels too strong at first, start with a small amount mixed into milder greens like spinach, and increase the ratio gradually. This one is especially well suited to anyone who's already used to bitter coffee or dark chocolate and isn't afraid of bold flavors. I saved the most underrated food on this list for last. Food number 5, grapefruit. Grapefruit carries a natural bitterness in the white pith just beneath the colored peel. Don't trim it away completely. because that's exactly where most of the benefit lives, and most people throw this part out without even realizing it. Eat half a grapefruit in the morning or as a snack, leaving a little of that white pith on the segments. And here's an important warning. Grapefruit interacts with a number of medications, including certain statins, certain blood pressure medications, and certain heart rhythm medications, because it interferes with how your body processes them. If you take any of these medications, please check with your doctor or pharmacist before adding grapefruit to your routine to make sure it's safe alongside what you're taking. This one is a good fit for anyone who likes starting the day with something fresh and light rather than something heavy, and who has already confirmed grapefruit is safe with their medications. Remember these 5 foods: arugula, beets, mustard greens, chicory, and grapefruit. They'll form the foundation for the pairings we'll cover next. Now let's move on to 5 food pairings that work even better than each food on its own, because certain compounds actually amplify each other. Pairing 1, arugula and lemon. Lemon juice softens arugula's bitterness and makes it more pleasant to eat, and the vitamin C helps your body absorb more of the beneficial plant compounds in the greens. Toss 2 cups of arugula with the juice of half a lemon, a small drizzle of olive oil, and a pinch of salt, and eat it before lunch or dinner. About a cup and a half is plenty for one sitting. Make this 2 to 3 times a week, and it'll gradually become as familiar as any regular side dish. Pairing 2, chicory and garlic. Garlic brings its own liver-supporting compounds, and together with the bitter greens, they seem to reinforce each other, helping support steadier bile production throughout the day. Saute a bunch of chicory leaves with 2 minced garlic cloves and a small amount of olive oil for about 3 minutes, just until the leaves wilt. Serve this as a side with dinner 2 to 3 times a week. And if the bitterness still feels strong, a squeeze of lemon at the end softens it noticeably. Pairing 3, mustard greens and lemon. Lemon softens the flavor of mustard greens and pairs nicely with their fresh, slightly peppery bite. And the vitamin C from the lemon complements the greens' rich phytonutrient content. Lightly steam the mustard greens for about 5 minutes, then finish with the juice of half a lemon and a small amount of olive oil. This makes a wonderful side dish once or twice a week, and it's a nice fit for a more relaxed weekend dinner when you have a bit more time to cook. In a minute, I'll show you a pairing that most people have never even tried together, even though it's one of the most underrated on this list. Pairing 4, grapefruit and cinnamon. Cinnamon may help your body handle blood sugar more smoothly after a meal, and sharp blood sugar spikes are exactly the kind of thing that pushes your liver to store more fat. Slice half a grapefruit, leave a bit of that white pith intact, and sprinkle a small amount of cinnamon on top. This works well as breakfast or an afternoon snack, and half a grapefruit is plenty to keep you satisfied until your next meal. And as I mentioned before, if you take prescription medication, especially for blood pressure or cholesterol, check with your doctor first to confirm grapefruit is safe for you. Pairing 5, endive and walnuts. Endive brings the bitterness, and walnuts bring healthy fat, which helps your body absorb more of the beneficial plant compounds found specifically in bitter greens. Chop 1 small head of endive, add a handful of walnuts, a tablespoon of olive oil, and a splash of lemon juice. This makes an easy lunch you can prep the night before and take with you if mornings tend to be short on time. Try picking just one of these 5 pairings this week and making it 3 times. You don't need to introduce all 5 at once. It's better to lock in one habit before adding the next. Now let's move on to 5 simple swaps that also support liver function, but take almost no effort since you're simply trading one familiar item for another. And the last one, in my experience, has more impact on results than all the others combined. Swap 1. Instead of your usual sweetened iced tea, try unsweetened green tea with a slice of lemon. Green tea contains compounds that researchers link to lower liver fat over time, And cutting the added sugar removes one of the most common daily burdens on your liver right away. Start by swapping just one sweetened drink a day, and within a couple of weeks, you'll likely stop missing the old sweetness. Most people who try this confirm exactly that. Swap two. Instead of white rice, try quinoa or wild rice. They digest more slowly and come with fiber that white rice simply doesn't have, which means less strain on your liver from sharp blood sugar spikes. This swap is especially helpful if you tend to notice an energy crash an hour or two after a big serving of regular rice at lunch. Swap 3. Instead of vegetable oil for cooking, use olive oil. Olive oil contains healthy fats that, based on available evidence, support liver function, while some vegetable oils in excess may work against you. Keep a bottle of olive oil right next to your stove so it becomes your automatic choice instead of something you have to dig out of the cabinet. Swap 4. Instead of store-bought chips, try roasted chickpeas. Chickpeas give you a similar satisfying crunch, but they bring fiber and plant protein instead of refined starch. Mix drained, rinsed canned chickpeas with a little olive oil and your favorite seasoning, and roast at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes, shaking the pan halfway through. This swap works especially well for anyone who's used to snacking in front of the TV in the evening, since the taste and texture hold up just as well. Swap 5. Instead of a creamy salad dressing, try a simple vinaigrette. Creamy dressings often contain the type of fat your liver has a harder time processing, while a vinaigrette made from olive oil and vinegar brings back that same bitter sour flavor that supports bile production. Whisk together 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a little mustard, and a pinch of salt, and keep it in the fridge for up to a week so it's always ready when you need it. Here's a tip you can use at the grocery store today. Look for greens with a darker, richer color, since they tend to carry more bitterness and generally more of the beneficial plant compounds we've been talking about. Arugula, chicory, radicchio, and endive are usually sitting right next to each other in the same section, so once you know what to look for, they're easy to find. Timing matters almost as much as the food itself. Bitter foods and drinks tend to work best about 15 to 20 minutes before a meal, since that gives your liver a small head start before the food actually arrives. If mornings are too rushed, try shifting your bitter starter to right before dinner instead. Consistency matters more than the exact time of day. And here's another piece people often overlook. All of this works noticeably better paired with a simple walk. If I had to pick just one exercise for liver health, it would be an ordinary 15 to 20 minute walk after dinner, simply because it helps your body use blood sugar more efficiently, taking some of the pressure off your liver and reinforcing everything else we've covered today. No special equipment needed. A short walk around the block is enough to make a real difference over a few weeks. Steady sleep plays just as big a role here, even though at first glance it doesn't seem connected to food at all. When sleep is disrupted, your body tends to produce more of the stress hormone cortisol, and elevated cortisol is linked to more fat storage specifically around the belly and the liver. Try going to bed around the same time each night. It's a simple step that supports everything else we've talked about today. Let's bring this all together. We covered the principle of bitterness and taste receptors in the liver. 5 foods that trigger it: arugula, beets, mustard greens, chicory, and grapefruit. 5 pairings that amplify their effect, and 5 simple swaps for everyday items. There's no magic fix here, and no single food or drink is going to erase belly fat on its own. But small, steady changes like these, repeated day after day, help your liver work more efficiently, and that's usually where real lasting results actually come from. Don't try to add all 5 foods at once. Pick one and use it for a week, then add a second one the following week. That way the habit actually sticks instead of trying to change everything all at once. Start today with just one step from this video, whether it's bitter greens in your next salad, one simple swap at dinner, or a short walk afterward. And build your new habit from there, one step at a time. If you've already tried something like this, let me know in the comments what worked for you. And if this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up so it reaches more people who could use it too.